Albert Einstein is considered by many to be the most brilliant mind of the 20th century. But what if his genius wasn't just the result of hard work and mathematics? What if it was something else? What if Albert Einstein was tuned into a frequency that most of us can't perceive? A hidden wavelength, a genius wave that unlocks deep knowledge, creativity, and even access to something far beyond our conscious mind? This isn't science fiction. It's a theory gaining more and more traction among neuroscientists, researchers of consciousness, and even ufologists. Let me take you back to something Einstein once said that most people gloss over. When asked about the source of his ideas, he replied, "I didn't arrive at my understanding of the fundamental laws of the universe through my rational mind." Pause and think about that for a moment. What did he mean? If not through logic, through what? Was it instinct? Intuition? Or was it something deeper, an altered state of consciousness? Here's where things get even stranger. In 1921, shortly after Einstein received the Nobel Prize, he took a secretive trip to the mountains of Switzerland. No press, no university officials, just him, a journal, and weeks of solitude. Locals later reported seeing him walking through the forest for hours, sometimes talking to himself, sometimes lying motionless on the ground, staring at the sky. When he returned, something had changed. He published 3 papers in the following month's papers that many physicists believe laid the foundation for quantum theory. Even though Einstein would later famously resist quantum mechanics, it was as if something had been revealed to him, like a download of information from a higher source. But it doesn't stop there. The classified documents from the FBI, released decades after Einstein's death, confirmed that he was being watched not just for his political affiliations, but because of his association with researchers exploring paranormal communication. Yes, you heard that right. There's even mention in one report of a frequency device. Einstein allegedly experimented with something that produced low-theta brainwave states, commonly associated with deep meditation, lucid dreaming, and in some cases, contact with what? Some say it was his subconscious. Others suggest it was with an intelligence not of this world. And here's where things get wild. Recent studies in neuroscience now support the idea that the brain emits measurable frequencies that change depending on our mental state. And when we're in that low theta range, the same range Einstein may have intentionally triggered, we become capable of things that seem impossible. Sudden insight, hypercreativity, enhanced memory, even altered perception of time. These are not just anecdotes. These are measurable phenomena. And today, modern technology is finally catching up to what Einstein might have discovered over a century ago. In fact, some believe we can now replicate this genius frequency. There's a program called the Genius Wave that's making serious waves, no pun intended, among people exploring peak mental performance. It's based on the idea that genius isn't a gift, it's a state of mind, and it can be tuned into using a combination of audio frequencies and neurological entrainment. It claims to help the brain lock into the exact state Einstein and other visionaries may have access during their most creative moments. Skeptical? That's fair. But what's even more interesting is this. In recent blind tests, users of the Genius Wave reported rapid surges in creativity, vivid dreams, and even moments of spontaneous insight ideas that came out of nowhere, as if being whispered from another dimension. Coincidence? Or are we finally brushing up against something Einstein knew all along? There are countless stories of inventors, scientists, and artists who experience flashes of genius after periods of deep relaxation or altered consciousness. Nikola Tesla claimed that many of his inventions came to him fully formed in dreams. Salvador Dali practiced hypnagogic napping to access surreal images. Even Steve Jobs was known to engage in long, silent retreats to let new ideas bubble up. These weren't accidents. These were methods, techniques to tap into that frequency. So, was Einstein's brilliance truly unique? Or was he simply one of the first to discover a shortcut to higher consciousness? That's the question that keeps researchers, thinkers, and open minds awake at night. And if you're still watching, chances are you've felt it too. That pull, that sense that there's something just outside your reach, something your logical brain can't quite explain, but your intuition knows is real. That's not fantasy. That's the threshold of true genius. If you want to explore this further and maybe even experience that mental shift yourself, I'll leave the link below to the Genius Wave. It's surprisingly affordable, and the feedback has been nothing short of remarkable. You might be one frequency away from unlocking a version of yourself you've never met.
If you felt the chill down your spine, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Eyes Beyond Earth for real unexplained encounters, UFO sightings, and secrets they don't want you to know. New videos every week. Like the video if you believe there's more out there. Turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next. And let us know in the comments, what do you believe really happened? Until then, keep your eyes open, keep your mind sharp, and always keep looking up.